Good morning, good morning. Hi there, Sunshine Donna.
Good morning. I have missed you.
I know it seems like when we get those little bit of a breaks because life is happening and that kind of stuff, it's like, it's funny though. It does. It's kind of one of those things because even the other morning, and my husband even asked, he was like, well, did you do your thing with Donna? I was like, no, we've got other stuff going, so we skipped the day. And it was kind of, you almost felt kind of lost, kind of like,
Yeah.
man, you know?
Well, at least we're back together again
I
and
know.
get this day going, and the sunshine's pouring in the window. So I can't wait to see what old Steve Harvey has to tell us.
Oh, I can't either. I have actually, and I know we've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. I am so glad that we chose to not only get together to start doing, these whole things with the book readings and everything, but I am so glad that we chose his book to do the first one because it's been
Right.
absolutely just mind blowing. I mean, just it's one of those things. I mean, because you see everybody going through and they're reading Think and Grow Rich and all these other different books and everything else. But it was just kind of funny because I guess the transition that we actually have been taking right now in life, this book has just nailed it head on.
Yes, it has.
You
It
know,
has.
it's
Mhm.
like just one of those things, timing and everything else. And I know our next series, we've already been talking about, two different books, of what we know that's going to be coming
Right.
up. So I just think it's funny that the one we chose to be next actually kind of feeds off this book. So
Right.
I'm
Right.
excited. I'm not going to reveal that quite yet.
Oh no, and boy, do we have something in store. We've got a secret brewing in the background, and we will let everybody know as soon as we are ready to, rumble here.
Oh,
But
yeah. And that'll
we've
be
got some
so fun.
exciting things happening in our life, don't we, Michelle?
Oh, yes, we did. Yes, we did. And it was so funny because Tracy said it best yesterday when she started off the happy hour, when she turned around and said that, there are people that are going to turn around today and actually have breakthroughs. And it's like, we've had ours. So,
Yes, right.
absolutely.
Yes, I'm so excited about our future and how we're going to be able to help so many more than what we've been able to help in the past. It's
I
just going
know
to
that was the part that was mind
expand.
blowing of knowing that what we're doing next will reach so many more people than what
Right,
we're already trying to achieve. So
right.
absolutely, yeah, I can't wait. But
Okay, what do we got today, Michelle?
we have chapter 11. There is no self-made man. I'll be honest with you. Up until just recently, I really believed that I could take on my life by myself. I was raised by two strong parents who taught me that the world doesn't owe me anything. They told me that if I wanted something, I needed to put my head down, lift up a prayer, and get to work. I followed this advice to the T, and my life was truly a reflection of a work hard and ask no one for anything philosophy. For most of my life, this strategy worked. But I wasn't really winning.
Mhm.
I was working twice as hard to get half as much. It wasn't until I humbled myself, started really listening to other successful people, and watching how they worked with each other, that I realized that there is a different set of rules at play. I began to recognize and meet people who wanted to help me, who wanted to do business with me, and who actually wanted to see me do well. I don't want you to deny yourself anything just because you are too proud or stubborn to realize that God often uses other people to assist you in reaching your destiny. These people are like treasure chests, waiting at strategic moments in your journey to provide you with what you need. Asking for what you want is the only key you need to open the chest and enjoy the treasure. Everything we do in life that's worthy of note requires gifts that are beyond our own. How we utilize the blessings of our relationships is the key to making it big. As you get transfers along your path, you have to connect with others because there is no such thing as self-made man or woman. No one builds anything of any great magnitude alone. There's nothing wrong with partnering with someone else. Many times, people miss out on opportunities because they are trying to keep it all for themselves. Look at it this way. You can either have all of an 8-inch cake or you can have half of a sheet cake. At the end of the day, that half of sheet cake is much more than having an 8-inch cake all to yourself. You also have to keep your eyes open for like-minded people, for others who are on the same wavelength as you. Partnerships give you another person to bounce around ideas with, and they can help you see things from an angle that you didn't even consider. Once you find a partner, he or she won't necessarily be your partner for life. Not everybody who begins the journey with you can go where you are headed. When I started out, I had a lot of partners, but I quickly learned that not everyone was capable of going to the next level with me.
Isn't that something, talking about partnership? And here we are partners, Michelle.
I know, because
Yes. So he's really right on. We're with him. We're in the right place, and we're going down the right avenue, you know. Okay, connect with our other dreamers. And we're dreamers, that's for sure.
Amen.
I am blessed because God kept putting other dreamers in my life to keep fueling me when I couldn't fuel myself. I first learned about connecting to other dreamers at the end of my junior year at Kent State. Arsenio Hall and I attended Kent State at the same time, and I remember when our whole crew was discussing what we were going to do during the summer. Most of us had jobs lined up for the summer, but Arsenio said, "I'm going to Hollywood." We laughed at him because it didn't make sense to us. I even said, "What are you going to do in Hollywood?" He didn't even flinch. He just said, "I'm going to be famous." I saw him taking a few theater classes, but I didn't think he was serious. Sure enough, though, Arsenio went to Hollywood that summer, and I ended up flunking out of school. After that summer, I forgot about my dreams and started focusing on paying the rent. I was making $13 an hour at a job I hated. I was making $13 an hour at a job that I hated. Guess I repeated that. Where I worked from midnight to 8 a.m. every day and came home filthy and exhausted. All of my friends had graduated and started their lives, and there I was working at factory jobs that I could barely keep because of layoffs. I realized that I wasn't living. I was just surviving. One night a few years later, I was sitting on the edge of the bed, watching TV and preparing to go to work, when I heard, and introducing from Cleveland, Ohio, Arsenio Hall.
Oh,
Wow. I looked more closely at the television, and sure enough, there was Arsenio on Don Kirshner's rock concert. Arsenio had done it. There he was telling jokes and becoming a comedian just like he said he would. He made it to Hollywood, and he was on his way. I was sitting there in awe, saying, "Wow!" I started calling all of my friends, waking them up and telling them to turn on their TVs. When I got to work later that night, I kept saying, "I know this dude, and he had dreams just like me. If he had a big dream and made it, I could too." To this day, I don't even know if Arsenio knows that he changed my life, but I learned that being around other dreamers can push you when you forget how to dream for yourself. Wow.
Wow. So very true.
Yes.
So very
Right.
true. You know, and you get so many of them that they get so focused on the journey that they forget to continue dreaming.
You're right.
You
Right.
know,
Absolutely.
mm. And I love how he even talks about that, and it goes into the fact of even how he did. He went to the university, he flunked out, then turned around and went to go do the whole, you know, job, and
Right.
you know, killing himself over it and miserable until he turned around and popped up with Arsenio on TV. And it's funny because I remember back when Arsenio got his
Hmm.
start too, because all the way down to the haircut that he had and everything else, it was like he stood out, you know?
I don't remember when he got started, but I mean, I remember seeing him, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely made a presence because I know he's even been on a lot of new stuff and stuff here recently, kind of doing a almost kind of like a reunion thing because I've seen him talking to some of the people that used to be on his show at what, like 20 years ago. It's like, holy cow.
I know. If we give up, you just don't know what is around the corner, you
But
know.
then that's why you can't give up. You've got to dream, and you've got to find a way to focus. I mean, there's people out there. I guess one of the hardest things to do is to find that person for accountability, that person that you can turn around and partner up with,
Right.
that you can get those days. I mean, because everybody's allowed to have those days. But then to give you that kick afterwards of saying, hey, wait a minute, it doesn't stop here. You know, we
Hmm.
keep going, we keep doing, and, you know, we've got the bigger picture, we've got the, you know, the focus, and, you know, and you absolutely have to have the dream. It's kind of funny. It strikes a nerve. My ex, my first husband, turned around and a long time ago. I've always been a dreamer. I've always been one of those ones that I could just fantasize about what you want the future to be and that kind of
Right.
stuff, and different things. You can close your eyes, relax in the sun, and just, you know, go through the whole thing. And he told me once that dreaming was stupid because dreams don't come true. Dreams were basically just a imagination, and it doesn't happen. And it's so funny because I never, I guess, sunk into what he was talking about or what he was saying. At times you would turn around and go, okay, maybe. But it was funny because I always stayed with that thing of, you know, dreams do come true. You know, it's not just fairy tale. It's not just, you know, you put into it what you want, and
Right.
those dreams do. And it's so funny because in the last, I'd say probably the last 10 years, a lot of it's happened after I broke my neck, of course.
Hmm.
But I learned so much through it, and I never stopped dreaming. But then it's funny because things that I dreamt about 20 years ago and 25 years ago that I was told would never happen, that could never happen, and wouldn't amount to anything,
Right.
within the last 4 or 5 years, I've actually lived and done majority of
Uh,
those that I was always told was never going to happen.
Wow.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So
But
it's
if you would have gave up,
right. Well, see, and I never did give up, and I guess that's the biggest thing. Even when I broke my neck, because even through therapy, I've watched so many people after they've gotten hurt or gone through something traumatic, and even some of them not even hurt as badly as I was, to where they actually still had more function and stuff, and watch so many of them give up. Even one of the guys that I was in therapy, his wife would come to the meetings that I used to go to years ago, and she would complain because they had kids at home, and all he would do is sit there in the chair and look out the window. And he was starting to get more movement than I was. And it's like, to me, I couldn't fathom it.
oh,
it's a giving up is not an option. There's still so much to life, and my husband now, and I thank God every day for this man, because everything that I have wanted to do, or everything that I used to love to do, even before I got hurt, he has been making sure, chair or no chair, we have been doing and done every single thing that I have said
Wow.
that I either want to do or that I wanted to do again. I mean, because I was always, it's so funny. He's not a beach person. Okay, he's not. He's not that. He's more of the woods, let's go, mountains, that kind of thing. And down here, we're kind of in the best of both worlds, because you got to drive to go to the mountains, and you got to drive to go to the beach. But he has gone to the beach with me, and we've actually been doing this almost every weekend, for me. But it's
Mhm.
funny because he's even come around to the fact that he actually enjoys it, and we love those moments together. And just it's so funny because things that I've always been passionate about, and going to the piers, and watching and looking out across the ocean. And it's funny because now he turns around, and it's like he's finding these places, and he's taking me to them, and
Oh,
what do you think about this, and how do you like this? And he'll make sure, well, can you get a good picture from here, and can you, because I'm a picture junkie.
yes, you are.
Pictures galore. And it's like, and it's so fun. The one pier that we go down to, I want to say it's like Second Avenue or something like that.
Hmm.
The railings and all are at the wrong height. So of course, me in my chair, I'm going, okay, I can't see. It's hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. But then he'll turn around, and this particular pier, they've got actual like chairs that you can go and sit in that bring you up higher. So he will transfer me from the wheelchair to one of those chairs, so that I actually have that big lookout over the water,
Oh,
instead of having to look between the slats underneath the railing.
oh,
But it's
oh, that's sweet.
Well, and it is, because it's that part of the whole thing of dreaming and knowing the thing, the passions that I've had. I've always loved the water. Yes, I got hurt in the pool, but the water wasn't what did it. You know what I mean? It was a freak accident. Life goes on, and it's just knowing that if you find other people that you surround yourself with that have a dream, that believe in dreams, that will help you and lift you with your dreams all the way down. I don't care, as if it's in personal life, if it's in business,
Right,
whatever it is. You've got to believe, and you've got to dream. You've got to.
right. Absolutely, you do. Once you stop dreaming, your life is over, really.
Right. It truly is. Because without a dream, then what do you have to work towards next?
Right.
Because your goals essentially are dreams.
Our dreams. Hmm.
They're just dreams achieved.
Yes. Yeah.
So tomorrow morning, bright and early, we get to start off with asking for what you want. So
Oh,
fun.
oh, wow. What? That's a good topic. Ask for what you want. Ooh.
Yeah, because that's a strong subject. So I can't wait to jump into that one tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
So,
good.
well,
Have a wonderful, amazing day, and can't wait to see you tomorrow.
bye, Michelle.
Love you. Bye.